Salutations, viewers, and welcome to AHS Basketball on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. Tonight, we bring you a girls and boys CIML doubleheader, and it's now the boys' turn as the 0-2 Marshalltown Bobcats visit your 1-0 Ames Little Cyclones. And we're glad to have you with us, folks. Carter White with Ryan Eggert, live from Ames High Gymnasium. If you followed the Ames High boys basketball program lately, it's impossible that you have not heard the name Taman Lipsey. His freshman year, he had a total of 374 points, which is 16th in Class 4A. He was an FIBA U16 gold medalist and helped lead Ames to a fourth state tournament appearance, and at that point, the last decade. He also was a wide receiver on the football team and helped lead Ames to a state runner-up title in track and field. But then an ACL injury stopped him from most athletic activity his sophomore year. This year he was the starting quarterback for Ames, and in Class 4A was 5th in touchdowns with 21 and 5th in all-purpose yards with 1,960. His quarterback skills were impressive, but tonight is about his basketball skills. He's been watched by Michigan, North Carolina, recruited by Iowa State, and a lot more. And after a long time of waiting, he's very happy to be playing in an Ames High basketball jersey again.
Indeed he is. Ames really missed him last year when he was out with that ACL injury, as you mentioned before. Now that he's returned to lineup along with another guy who suffered a knee injury, Casey Mum, I think Ames can go pretty far into the playoffs if they can just stay healthy and if they can play consistently well.
Speaking of which, now let's mention the other important players who will be special contributors to the team this year. One would be senior Keyshawn Brooks, who had 354 points last season with 53s and 122 field goals. On the more defensive side, you have Corey Phillips, who had 221 points last year, but led the team in blocking with 18. But something especially worth mentioning is, as you said earlier, the return of Casey Mum. He also had to miss last year because of a knee injury, but he did contribute in the previously mentioned state tournament season with 121 points. All this being said, I believe Taman Lipsey very well could have the supporting cast he needs for Ames to make a run for the state tournament, perhaps even a state title.
Yeah, Taman and Casey, they've got all the stuff that they need. It seems like it's all come together for them as time has come on, and even through these difficult times. Now's the time for them to utilize those tools and really go out there and play for the state title.
The second half of the Ames Marshalltown doubleheader coming up right after this break. Keep it right here. You're watching AHS Basketball on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. Welcome back into it, folks. We're about to get into it. Here comes your starters. First for Marshalltown, coached by Michael Appel. A junior at guard, number 10, Armani Thomas. A junior at guard, number 14, Grant Griesel. A sophomore at guard, number 20, Drake Capullo. A sophomore at guard, number 24, Prince Jala. And a senior at forward, number 50, Isaiah Borgos. Now for the Little Cyclones, head coached by Vance Downs. First, we'll have the tip-off between Craffle and Jala, and we're underway. Starters for Ames, a senior at guard, number 5, Casey Mumm. A junior at guard, number 14, Taman Lipsy. A senior at guard, number 30, Keyshawn Brooks. A senior at forward, number 44, Patrick Craffle. A junior at center, number 52, Corey Phillips.
Fast start for Ames. They got a 3 from Corey Phillips while you were reading the lineups.
And as we are underway, inside, Capullo. Armani Thomas now, top of the key, pass to Jala. And the ball is stolen. Here comes Keyshawn Brooks. Wow, look at that. He left enough air in the air when he went up in the air to fill up a hot air balloon. Casey Mumm with a pass to Lipsy at the right wing. To Phillips, top of the key, defended by Borgos. Here's Brooks, shifting around the key, defended by Jala, to Phillips, back to Lipsy, left wing, 6:53 to go in the first. Lipsy drives for the hole, can't lay it in, and rebound will be taken by Thomas. Bobcats take over possession. Craffle will save the pass from going out of bounds, and Ames keeps it.
Well done to Craffle there. Well done by Lipsy as well to poke it away, coming in from behind there.
Mumm slowed down the pace. 6.5 to go in the first. Here's Phillips to Craffle, to Mumm at the left wing. And then Phillips again. Here's Brooks at the right wing. To Craffle again. To Lipsy, left wing, shot fake. Pass to Phillips. Phillips to Brooks at the right wing. Quick dish to Mumm, now to Craffle. Craffle with the screen, inbounds. Pick and roll from Lipsy to Craffle was unsuccessful. There was potential there, it just didn't work out, but at least Craffle will go to the line and shoot for Ames.
Yes.
First one is good for Craffle, 6-0. 6:04 to go in the first. Second one is good from Craffle, 7-0. With 6:03 to go in the first. Brooks almost came up with the steal. Thomas got the pass instead, and here's Phillips trying to come up with a steal. Thomas gains it back for the Bobcats. Corner 3 from Borgos is no good. Rebound taken by Thomas. He puts it up and in. 7-2, 5:47 to go in the first, and now both teams are on the board. Here's Phillips. Underneath, lays it in. 9-2. Great assist by Mumm there, too.
Yeah, very well done there between both players. And timeout is called by Marshalltown.
And a timeout will be taken by the Bobcats. It'll be 9-2, 5:32 to go in the first, and we'll take a quick break. Keep it right here. You're watching AHS Basketball on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. Welcome back into it, folks. It's 9-2 with 5:30 to go in the first. Bobcats are down, but they have the ball. And it's Thomas at the top of the key to Borgos at the right wing, defended by Craffle. Thomas is going to bring it back to the center circle. Now back inside to Thomas from Jala, and it worked, and it's 9-4. 5:08 to go in the first. Really good move by Thomas to get inside instead of wanting to shoot everything from outside.
Yeah, that was a good move by Thomas, as you mentioned. And as this one
There's an aggressive
Oh,
fight
goodness.
going on for the ball. Timeout is called by Thomas, but first they're going to get a jump ball. Possession arrow gives it to the Bobcats.
What a sequence that was.
Yes. There was a lot that went on that play, but
Yeah, no kidding.
inbound from Jala to Thomas. Thomas at the center circle, defended by Lipsy. Now it's Jala again. Back to Borgos. Top of the key, defended by Phillips. Brooks tried to get the steal, he wasn't able to. Now inside Thomas from the baseline, takes a jumper, no good. Rebound's gonna be taken by Jala. And the ball will go out of bounds. They'll say it's last touched by Ames. 4:32 to go in the first. So Jala will inbound for the Bobcats to Thomas. 4.5 to go in the first. What do you think? What do you think the Bobcats should do here?
Get a basket.
Well, they tried to do it. Well, Jala tried to do it right there. He was fouled on his way up.
Yeah. They're probably gonna need a lot more getting in the post, but you know, then they're gonna have to find a way to draw the Ames defenders away, so then they can get shots around the arc as well.
There's Jala who makes his first one, 9-5. That's his first bucket of the night, first point of the night as well. A foul for Ames and a foul for the Bobcats. Second one will make it as well. It's 9-6 with 4:23 to go in the first. You know, I'll tell you what, partner, given the fact that how close this game is being right now, I think we might see a more impressive performance from the boys' Bobcats than the girls' Bobcats, because the boys are already at 6 points, which was the most points that was scored by the girls' Bobcats in the last game. So I think that we're going to see a more impressive performance from the boys' Bobcats.
Yeah, we're gonna see hopefully a bit closer game as opposed to what it was at like 70 points at the end of the game.
Oh, wow. On his way to the hole, Kraffel fouled Jala. And it's 9-8 now, 3:49 to go. And one is good, it's 9-9. 3:46 to go in the first. Here's Kraffel to Lipsy at the left wing. Brooks tries a corner three, no, off the top of the iron. Rebound's gonna be taken by the Bobcats. Thomas takes it the other way. 3:24 to go in the first. He drives for the hole, and are we gonna have a charge or a block? Yes, we'll have a charge.
Yeah.
That'll give the ball to Little Cyclones. I can see the Bobcats like to be really fastly paced, but in this case, it backfired on them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So here's Lipsy at the center circle, 3:10 to go in the first, to Phillips. Phillips back to Lipsy at the right wing. Brooks, who's moving all over the place, he now has the ball. Gets it to Mum, moves his way around the arch. To Phillips, to Brooks rather. Brooks trying to find an open player, he gets it to Kraffel. Back to Brooks. Marshalltown's crowd is getting loud. Pass back out to Mum. Mum tried a no-look pass to Phillips, and it backfired. And the ball will stay in the hands of the Little Cyclones, as they say it went out of bounds off Marshalltown.
Yeah. Yep.
Did you see the no-look pass attempt?
I did not, no.
That was pretty cool, but it backfired.
Yeah.
So here's Lipsy. To Brooks, left wing three, no. Bounced around and no good, and Marshalltown has it with just under 2.5 to play in the first. Thomas with a pass to Korgos, to Jala, top of the key. Defended by Phillips, to Thomas again. Deep three, no, in and out. Rebounds taken by Brooks. 2:12 to go in the first. From Mum to Brooks, to Phillips, baseline, back to Brooks, to Phillips, Kraffel rather, and now to Mum. To Lipsy at the right wing. Back to Lipsy again. Teardrop is no good. Thomas is going to get the rebound. Lipsy tried to strip it from him. He wasn't able to. Oh, and we're going to have another charge foul. Once again, this Marshalltown team a little too aggressive on the defense, and it backfires on them.
Yeah. Yep, they gotta make sure that they don't, turn the ball over down in the post there with those offensive fouls. Lipsy has drawn both of them, quite interestingly.
Here's Mum. Back out to Phillips at the left wing. Here's Brooks. Tried to make a move, instead passed to Lipsy. Inside to Brooks at the corner, lays in a three. Ames takes the lead back 12-9. Brooks with now 5 points tonight. And Phillips also has 5 points. The other 2 points came from Craffle. No points from the star of the team, Lipsy, yet. As Capayu is gonna strike right back at the little Cyclones. It's 12-11. A minute to go in the first. Ames maybe wants to try to slow down the pace a little bit as Mum misses a three off the back of the iron. But the Bobcats just want to keep up the pace.
Yeah. Either they might want to, try and get as much clock time off.
Three-pointer is no good from Griesel. Here's Lipsy driving hard and laying it in. 14-11, 30 seconds to go in the first. Here's Thomas. Something's got to happen. Borgos. Thomas. Ball stolen. Mum. Borges slapped the backboard but wasn't able to make the block. And Mum got the basket, 16-11. Here's Thomas. 7 seconds to go in the first.
They're going to go for the last shot. Yep.
Thomas. Griesel. Borgos for three. No. Ball goes out of bounds, but time expires in the first quarter, and it's 16-11. Wow. I'll tell you, partner, that was some pretty fast-moving basketball.
Yes, that was very quick compared to the first game. Only a 5-point deficit, and, been very, very, very physical. And let me tell you, the experience is much different down courtside compared to where we were before. Very different. And I like it.
Yeah, absolutely. It seems like Ames wants to go with a more slow pace, but the Bobcats just want to go, 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 go. They attack the basket as much as they can, and it's actually kind of working out for them.
Yeah, it's working out. They have had a couple of offensive fouls, though, go against them, and they've had a couple, unneeded turnovers here, so they might want to look at cleaning that up a little bit. Overall, Ames, it's been playing pretty well with their pace. They've been just methodically working their way and trying to get to the basket, and it's worked so far. They got a 5-point lead at the end of the first quarter.
So for Ames, you got Lipsy with 2, Brooks with 5, Craffle with 2, and then Phillips with 5. For Marshalltown, you got Thomas with 4, Capayu with 2, and 5 from Jala. We'll see who else contributes as we begin the second quarter here. 7:47 to go in the second quarter. And we have seniors Tate Zalaski as well as Sam Burton checked in, number 42 and number 12. As you could see, if you were watching the senior ceremony, which is now in a YouTube video that we have posted on our channel if you want to check that out, there is a lot of seniors on this Ames roster, so I wonder what things are going to look like next year.
Yeah. Now this I won't say that this is going to be their best chance for a while because the next year will be unpredictable, but if they can put everything together for these seniors here this season, it'll mean a lot to them.
So here's 7:19 to go in the second. Thomas inside from the bounce pass. Couldn't lay it in. Bobcats wanted a foul. They didn't get it. So here's Lipsy for the Little Cyclones. 7:10 to go in the second. Takes a left wing three. You betcha. 19-11. 7 minutes to go in the second. Pass to Jala. Double teamed by Lipsy and Mum. Gets it to Griesel at the left wing. Griesel shifts around the arch, finds Thomas at the center circle, defended by Lipsy with 6:45 to go in the second.
It looked like he stepped out ever so slightly right on the line. Ames gets the ball anyways on the travel there. So yeah, it works out for them.
Jala didn't like that call.
I guess not.
But it is what it is.
Yeah.
Into the Bobcat lineup, number 22, Justin Meldy.
Justin Meldy into the Bobcats lineup. A senior guard, number 22. 6.5 to go in the second. And the Bobcats wanted a foul there as well. Lipsy on the finger roll. And he now has 7 points, 21-11. 6:20 to go in the second. Another double team happening by Lipsy and Mum. But Gorgos got out of it. Borgos, rather. Here's Borgos again. Inside to Jala, who laid it in, 21-13. 6 minutes to go in the second. Here comes Lipsy, trying to tell his teammates, I think, to slow down the pace. And Lipsy got spun around there as he was tripped up by who looked like Meldy.
Yeah, I believe that is.
Bobcat fouls on number 22, Justin Meldy.
You are correct.
Team foul number 4. A pair of little Cyclones checking in. Keyshawn Brooks, number 30, and number 44, Patrick Craffle.
Craffle and Brooks check back into the Little Cyclones lineup. It's 5:48 to go in the second. So here's Craffle to Phillips at the top of the key to Mum. Phillips set a screen for Brooks, and he was too short on the shot. Back to Phillips, top of the key. Now gets it to Lipsy. Shot fake. Gets off Jala, and he wasn't able to lay in a three. Ball will go out of bounds, and it'll go to the Bobcats.
Yep.
You know, it was a good shot. It just didn't go in.
Yeah, it took a unfortunate bounce off the back iron there over the backboard, and that's out of play.
Here's Borgos. Once again, double teamed by Lipsy and Mum, who seem to be a perfect dynamic duo made in heaven when it comes to double teaming so far today.
Yeah. However, with double teams, there's always the risk of leaving a man open. You know, that can often come back and bite you sometimes.
5:15 to go in the second. Armani Thomas, with only 4 points tonight. He averages 15 a game. So we'll see how much more of a contribution he can make. He has the ball at the right wing, defended by Lipsy. Couldn't lay it in. You know, Thomas was also the lead scorer of Ames last year, and right now he seems about the size of Taman Lipsy, and he seems about the playing style of Taman Lipsy. Move fast, score easily.
Yes.
Pass inside to Phillips. He lays it in, 23-13. Ames takes a 10-point lead with just over 4.5 to go in the second. Here comes Kapayu. Pass to Thomas. Oh, and the ball was lost. Borgos right through his fingertips and out of bounds.
Yeah, I went through two of them, and I don't think either one of them, quite frankly, was expecting that pass. But no. Seen quite a few turnovers from Marshalltown here. They gotta, try and cut down on those as much as they can.
4:16 to go in the second. 23-13. We'll have a foul. That's going to be on Brooks. As we know from Brooks, he actually move fast, score easily actually better describes Brooks. And that led to a lot of foul trouble for him last year. He was the second in foul. First was Phillips, but he's still gotten a lot of foul trouble last year because sometimes he just moved a little too fast and a little too aggressive.
Yeah, right about that.
As Thomas lays it in.
Yeah, you were right about that, saying that he had some trouble with fouls. You got to learn to slow it down a little bit. I'm sure he has. So far, it's been working for him.
Number 32, junior forward, Bull Chul checked in for the Bobcats. Ames has the ball, right wing three off the top of the wing, off the top of the rim from Brooks. And now Thomas has it for the Bobcats. Just over 3.5 to play in the third. Here's Mum. He'll take it the other way to Brooks. And I'm not sure what Brooks was trying there.
I don't know. It looked like he wanted to get it off. And looked like the ball was rather ripped out of his hands right at the end there. So I'm not sure why they gave it to Marshalltown, but, you know, I don't make the calls.
The Bobcats have definitely got to put the clamps on their defense, as they're scoring quite well, but they're just not they're not doing a good enough job of stopping Ames.
Yeah, they got to, you know, cut
Speaking
down
of
on
which,
that.
Borgo's with a three-pointer.
Yeah, your best defense is a good offense here. Make sure you can stay in the game.
Here's Kraffel. Lipsy tried to strike right back. Off the back of the rim. Thomas lost the ball.
I know Lipsy didn't like that call for a reach in.
2:44 to go in the second. Here comes Borgos. Borgos to Chul. To Chol. Thomas at the baseline, defended by Brooks. Tries to lay it in, can't. And Brooks will come up with the ball. 2.5 to go in the second and counting. Here's Mum at the left wing. Phillips tried to set up a screen. Top of the key three-pointer from Kraffel is no good. Phillips with the rebound, and a foul's called. Who are they going to get for that? They're going to get that on Thomas.
It's number two for Thomas. And Phillips at the line. If I remember correctly, Phillips wasn't the greatest free throw shooter of last year. But he, you know, his aggressiveness down in the paint there, being able to go up for and getting those offensive rebounds to draw those fouls is quite incredible, really.
Well, had a little bit of disturbing noise from the crowd as they tried to mess up Phillips.
Didn't work that time.
So 2:08 to go in the second. Here's Thomas. Three-pointer is no good from Kapayu. Here's Jala. Pass to Kapayu again. And now it is Thomas at the center circle. 1:50 to go in the second. .148 to go in the second as the ball went out of bounds off of Ames. Inbound to Thomas from Griesel. And it's 1:40 to go in the second. Top of the key three is no good. In and out from Borgos, but Jala lays it back up and in. 1.5 minutes to go in the second, and the lead is cut down to 4. You know, I'm noticing the Marshalltown crowd in particular getting quite loud.
Yes.
Oh, and they're going to call a blocking foul on Thomas.
I think I agree with that one. You know, for a charge, the defender has to be set, you know, and the. Oh, that's number 3 for Thomas.
We're not even done with the first half, and he's already in foul trouble. That's not good because he definitely is a main contributor to this team as Lipsy's going to lay it in. 26-20 with 1 minute to go in the second. Isaiah Borgos. Three-pointer from Borgos is no good. And the rebound will be taken from Kraffel to Lipsy. Corner three is no good from Lucas Allen Luce, who checked in earlier. Number 20, he is a sophomore guard. 30 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Borgos at the top of the key. Pass to Griesel, he brings it near the half-court line.
Think they're gonna hold for the last shot again?
It would make
Certainly
sense.
looks like that.
Maybe they can make it a 23-26 game. We'll have to see what they do. Here's Thomas. Ball was almost stolen from Lipsy. I'm surprised that wasn't a reach-in foul. Thomas fell down, and an obvious kick ball from Phillips.
Yeah. Smart play there by Thomas to make sure that his team didn't lose the ball there.
6.6 to go in the second. Justin Meldy. Inbound pass to Jala. Gotta shoot it from the foul line. Good as time expires. 26-22. And that'll give the Bobcats some momentum heading into the locker rooms. My good friend, what a fast-paced first half.
Yeah, very fast-paced first half. Very close game as well. You know, that was quite well from both teams. You know, obviously Marshalltown have given up a few fouls that they didn't like for sure. And Ames, you know, they've had a few fouls that they didn't like. And you know, overall, even games. Can't wait to see what the second half gives us.
And now presenting the Ames High drill team for your halftime entertainment.
Fans, once again, please welcome the Ames High drill team under the direction of Sarah Buss. Tonight they will be performing a palm routine to Danger Zone. This routine placed third at state competition, and that's the highest the team has ever placed in palm in 22 years. How about that? A huge congratulations to the team. And now, your Ames High drill team. Taking us into the Danger Zone, the Ames High drill team.
I find it very impressive that they have to do that with masks on, except for one who actually happened to have their mask fall off. But anyways, give it up for the Ames High drill team with their halftime routine to Danger Zone. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a quick break for halftime and be right back with the second half of the boys' side of the CIML doubleheader of Marshalltown versus Ames. Keep it right here. You're watching AHS Basketball on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. Welcome back into it, folks. We're about to get ready for quarter number 3 of the boys' side of the CIML doubleheader. Marshalltown versus Ames. You know, last season specifically, but still in this calendar year, I believe it was February 11th, these two teams faced last, and Ames actually won 60-16. But thus far, we are getting a closer game than that was.
Yeah, definitely much closer, you know. Excuse me. 44-point gap as at the end of the last game. It's only 4 points at halftime right now, 26-22. So, overall, well done to Marshalltown. They've definitely made some improvements, and hopefully they'll continue to give us a close game all the way until the end.
Absolutely. We'll see just how close of a game we get.
That's what it is.
All right, folks, here we go. We're about to get into the second half. 26-22, the Bobcats will start off with the ball. It'll be an inbound from Jala. Into Kapayu. Fastball movement is already starting. Here's Thomas at the left wing, defended by Lipsy. Tries to move past him. Lipsy gets a steal. Are we going to see him dunk it? Nope, he'll just lay it in, but that's fine. 28-22. 7:36 to go in the third, and Ames will strike first in the second half of the game. Breezer with a stand. Brooks tried to steal it. Jala ultimately ended up with it. Foul is called.
What happened now?
I think we had a little bit of controversy between Breezer and Craffle.
I don't know. To me, it looked like whatever Marshalltown player was on the ground kind of dragged Craffle down.
Kapayu to Jala. We have another foul.
They get Brooks for it.
They're going to have that on Brooks. I didn't even see what he did.
Team foul number 2.
28-22 is still the score. Breezer will inbound for the Bobcats, who have the ball. 7:17 to go in the third. Long pass to Borgos. Isaiah Borgos. Travel. And the ball will go to the little Cyclones.
We haven't seen a ton of travels from Marshalltown. I think it's been more steals that have caused turnovers.
Yeah, with the aggressive play, I'd have to agree with you there. As speaking of aggressive play, we have Jala, who's now going to pick up his second foul.
That's it. That was pretty clear reach in.
Bobcat foul whistle on number 24, Prince Jala. That is his second.
And he has 11 points, which is half of what Marshalltown has, so he's definitely been the main contributor of this team.
Definitely has, and we'll probably see that more if he stays out of foul trouble.
6:53 to go in the third. Here's Mum at the right wing to Phillips at the top of the key. Now it's Craffle at the top of the key. Lipsy tries for the hole, lays it in.
He hangs and hits.
30-22. He got a little bit of air and then decided to shoot it, and it worked out for him. Breezer with a double dribble. Ball will go the other way. Marshalltown so far scoreless in the second half.
Yeah. Another turnover for Marshalltown. That's at least their second here in the second half alone.
Here's Mum, lays it in underneath. And the little Cyclones extend the lead to 10 with 6:18 to go in the third. Pass to Jala, in there, 32-24. There's an elbow jumper from Lipsy, bounces around and it's no good. So here comes Thomas the other way. And Lipsy's gonna get the steal. And how about that? A light little dunk. Nothing too bad, and Lipsey's gonna get the steal. To Mom, three-pointer. No, that would have given the little Cyclones some great momentum, and now you'll have a timeout by the Bobcats. I think the players might have been confused at what was happening at first.
Yeah.
All right, and with that being said, we'll take a quick break and be right back. Keep it right here. You're watching AHS Basketball on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. So welcome back into it, folks. Lipsey has been the main contributor for Ames. 15 points. He only got one foul. Then you got Phillips with 8. And then Brooks with 5. So the three people we expected to be contributors are so far the contributors for Ames.
Yes. Granted that those are the main scorers that are on the floor right now.
Just under 5.5 to play in the third. Oh, wow. All Kapayu had to do was be a little patient. He tricked Brooks into thinking he was going to take the shot when he didn't. And Brooks slapped empty glass instead of getting a block.
Yeah. Good fake there, but Brooks was ready to reject it, although it would have posed the risk of goaltending as well.
Here's a pass to Borgos. They still haven't gotten the ball past the half-court line. Now they have. Here's Thomas. Ball is going to be stolen by Lipsey. What are we going to call? Oh, they call a kick ball.
How was that a kickball? That went off of his knee.
I am not sure. So it'll stay with the Bobcats.
I don't agree with that.
I feel like it was kind of a late call, yeah.
Yeah, that was a late call. Late call.
Here's Armani Thomas to Borgos. 4:40 to go in the third. Jala. Prince Jala. Armani Thomas now with the ball, left wing, 4.5 to go in the third. Here's Borgos. They're keeping the ball movement outside of the arch thus far. Baseline jumper's no good from Thomas. And here's Brooks, drives for the hole, back out to Mum. Lipsey, top of the key, 3, yes! 37-26. Bobcats wanted to travel there, they didn't get it. And I think there's a backcourt violation risk right there. They didn't call anything. Mum trying to fight for the ball. They call a jump ball. Possession arrow keeps it in the hands of the little Cyclones.
Yeah. Well, what a sequence that was.
Yes, no kidding. So it's 3:59 to go in the third.
It'll be little Cyclone ball on the possession.
All right, little Cyclones will have the ball. 3:59 to go in the third. Lipsey at the center circle. Drives for the hole. No. Kraffel with the putback. 39-26. It's great when you can have someone who has your back like that. Here's Griesel. Lipsey fell out of bounds. Borgos tried to pass to somebody. I wasn't able to see who, but Brooks got in the way, and
yeah,
it paid off.
Yeah, I couldn't see who the pass was to, but Yeah, good.
Substitution for Marshalltown, number 22, Justin Meldy.
So you can tell everybody on Ames is just putting their bodies on the line.
Wow, how about that? An airborne shot from Jala.
With the bucket.
39-28, just under 3.5 to play in the third. So here comes Lipsy with the ball. Lipsy to Mum. Mum at the right wing to Kraffel. Phillips, top of the key. They're going to call a foul on Borgos. That's his very first. He's only gotten a three-pointer from earlier today. Earlier tonight, rather. Lipsy, inbound pass to Mum. Great throw right there. That shows off his quarterback skills that he had earlier this year.
Yeah. Well done to him. They called a carry on him.
Yep, and that'll give the ball to the Bobcats. Thomas defended by Brooks. He moves fast. Mum practically took it out of his hands. And here's Lipsy with a nice little lay-in, 41-28. 2:45 to go in the third. Jala to Kapayu. Here's Borgos. They're going to call blocking on Kraffel.
I don't necessarily
Ames foul is
agree with it, but I can see the viewpoint of the official there.
his third.
Yeah, his feet look down to me.
Yeah,
Bobcat lineup.
it looked like there may have been just an extension, a slight extension of that arm.
2:37 to go in the third. Here's Borgos at the top of the key. Pass to Kapayu. Lipsy was just barely able to keep it in bounds. And Ivan Alvarado, who decided to save it. I don't agree with that. You may as well just let it go out of bounds, in my opinion.
It would have made no difference.
Jala with a left wing three, and it's a 10-point game. 41-31, and we have just over 2 minutes to go in the third. So here's Taman Lipsy to Mum. Kraffel in the corner. Now to, Brooks got caught on a travel. It's a shame that had to happen right when Brooks looked like he was going to make a good play.
Yeah, sometimes you get a little bit more worried about where you're moving before you take the ball with you.
1:37 to go in the third. And Borgos just barely managed to save it, but not to the person he wanted. Phillips managed to get his hands on it, and Ames has the ball with just under a minute and a half to play. So here's Casey Mum. Pass to Brooks at the left wing. To Phillips. Lipsy at the right wing. So here's Kraffel at the top of the key. To Mum at the left wing. Now it's Brooks. Defended by Kapayu. Kraffel being patient on passing the ball. Gets it to Phillips. To Lipsy at the left wing. Now just 50 seconds to go in the third. Brooks almost lost the ball on the pass from Lipsy. Now to Kraffel. Seems like Ames is trying to maybe even hold for the last shot of the third quarter early.
I think they're just trying to find a way through, but they're just not able to just yet.
Lipsy tried to break the ankles of Jala there and wasn't successful. He stood his ground. Lipsy, Mum, 24 seconds to go in the third. Mum near the center circle, just under 20 seconds.
Now he knows how much time is on the clock, and he can.
Five seconds in the third. Here's Lipsy. Is he going to get a shot off? Yes! 43-31. Lipsy extends the lead to 12 at the buzzer of the third quarter.
3 quarters, it's Bobcats 31, Little Cyclones 43.
And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a break and be right back with the final quarter. Keep it right here. You're watching AHS Basketball on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. Welcome back into it, folks. The fourth quarter is where we're at now. Quite frankly, the Bobcats just weren't able to capitalize enough when they got the ball. And Ames ran away and now lead by 12 after they only started this half up by 4, as Thomas is going to miss from inside.
Yep. Yeah, as you mentioned, you know, Ames is able to get the ball back quite quickly, and you know, they were able to make a lot of points off of those turnovers.
Senior number 10 guard, a Cole attack into the Ames lineup. He currently has the ball. Quick pass to Mum. 7:25 to go in the fourth. To Brooks at the top of the key. Looking for an open man. He finds attack. To Phillips, top of the key. 7:13 to go in the fourth. To Craffle. Mum at the left wing. Attack back to Mum. To Phillips, top of the key. Brooks with a quick pass to attack to Craffle. Mum way over to Brooks, who can't lay it in, but he's fouled on his way up to the hole.
Good drive there by Keyshawn, you know, hugging the baseline. He was able to get past a couple guys and draw the foul.
It is team foul number 3. Going to the line will be number 30, Keyshawn Brooks, shooting 2.
Brooks will shoot 2 from the line. 6:49 to go in the fourth. First one is good. Bounced off the top of the rim, then hit the back of the iron, and then went in. Brooks again. No, that one's going to miss. And the lead is only 13. 6:45 to go in the fourth. Thomas to Jala, who went it back, who passed it back into Thomas.
I think they're going to get Mum for that foul.
Charged to number 5.
Yep.
Mum. That is his second. Team foul number 4 on the Little Cyclones.
6:41 to go in the fourth. Here's Borgos. Inside to Jala. They say it went off of his hands last, and that'll give the ball to Ames.
Substitution for Ames. It'll be number 14, Taman Lipsy.
Number 14, Taman Lipsy, back into the game. So I assume what Coach Downs was doing was giving each senior a little bit of playing time.
Yeah, also giving Lipsy a little bit of a breather there. Make sure he's ready to go for the full fourth quarter.
Here's Lipsy at the right wing. 6:20 to go in the fourth. To Mum at the left wing. Back to Lipsy. Mum again. He's defended by Griesel. Keeps the ball outside of the arch to Craffle. Craffle to Mum again.
They're going to get a block on.
Marshalltown foul called on number 14, Grant Griesel.
Yeah.
First.
Grant Griesel.
Team foul number 4. Number 22 in for the Bobcats, Justin Meldy.
Justin Meldy in for the Bobcats, number 22. Ames has the ball, 6:02 to go in the fourth. Here's Craffle to Phillips. Phillips trying to find an open man. Jala's defending him very well, though. He takes it in himself. 46-31. Bobcats have got to get something going quickly, or Ames could easily run away with this.
Yes. They're going to need to.
Timeout.
Well,
Marshalltown.
I don't think I would have said call a timeout. I think I would have said, need to get a move on it. But
30-second timeout.
no, they still got 5.5 minutes. Anything's possible from here.
Yeah, I'd ultimately say that, Marshalltown's definitely got to keep trying to get within Ames, but they got to capitalize on defense, and they can't allow themselves to keep fouling like what is their usual tendency.
Yeah, as you mentioned, But I think what also is a problem is that they have a tendency to get the inbounds and then kind of panic when that press comes up, and that's where they've lost a couple of possessions.
5:37 to go in the fourth. And the Bobcats have the ball. Armani Thomas passes way over to the opposite side of the arch to his man Greaser, who lays in a three. Did you see Thomas? He practically jumped on Craffle. That was amazing.
That was a very long shot from Greasel.
Brooks for three. No, in and out. Rebound's going to be taken by Meldy. Double team by Lipsy and Mum once again. They're going to get a foul on Taman for that one.
Ames foul is called on number 14.
That gives him 2.
His second. Team foul number 5.
It's fine. You still got, what, I think 2 fouls to give? At least 1 before the bonus.
Drop ball.
Ames will get the ball now.
Possession will be Little Cyclones.
So the possession arrow gives it to the Little Cyclones. Craffle inbound pass to Lipsy. He moves fast and he moves hard. I think they'll call a foul on
Meldy.
Yeah.
Foul is called on number 22, Justin Meldy.
Great job by Lipsy there to draw the foul.
Yeah. Quite aggressive he was in getting that inbound pass quite quick as well.
Do so. They are looking for parents to pick up the butter braids, please.
Another foul on Meldy, is that going to be?
Yep.
Technical foul.
Oh, they'll call it on. Oh, wow.
Technical foul on the Marshalltown coach as
Technical has been
Meldy has picked up his 3rd personal foul. I mean, granted, from
The foul is whistled
what
on
he's
number 22, Justin Meldy. That is
some of the ways he's acted earlier, maybe not a total surprise, but overall,
that'll move us
did
to
not
7
expect that.
team
Let's just
fouls.
say that
On the
much.
line is Taman Lipsy.
So Taman will shoot 2 from the line.
Yep, they'll shoot 2 and they'll keep possession of the ball as well.
47 to 34. He'll try another one. Yep. It'll now be 48 to 34. He was quite a successful three-point shooter in his freshman year. I believe his free throw percentage was somewhere in the 70s. So he definitely is a dangerous man when you put him at the line.
Yeah, for sure. 70% in high school is pretty good. When you start getting up through college and the NBA, it starts to, you start to want to have somewhere around 80% or more. And I'm not sure what exactly is going on. It should be Ames ball from the inbound, right?
Well, the refs are currently discussing what's supposed to happen. We're not exactly sure. They're going over to the officials table. They're trying to get the things right. You know,
Yeah.
without all the advanced technology that you generally see at the college level, it's harder to be precise. Both teams now heading to their benches.
I'm not really sure what's going on. I think they,
Or Ames not heading to their bench necessarily, but Marshalltown did.
yeah, the 2 fouls there from the 4 should be 6. So therefore, they're not in the bonus yet. But the technical foul free throws didn't apply. Well, Ice, because he shot those, but he wouldn't have shot 2 anyways because it was a non-shooting foul. So I'm not really sure what they're all up in arms about. This is confusing.
Correction
4:42 to go in the 4th.
on the team fouls for the Bobcats. They will be at 6. The technical does not go to the team foul.
So the technical will not count as a team foul.
I don't think it would have, and it wouldn't have given them the 2 free throws anyways, because they would have just got the 2 from the technical, and because it was a non-shooting foul, then they wouldn't have shot the 2 anyways. But they didn't do that, so yeah, that was a rather strange sequence, to put it plainly.
And now Phillips gets the rebound off of a missed top of the key 3-pointer from Meldy. 4:20 to go in the game. Kraffel inside, passes outside to Mumm. Now in the corner, Brooks back to Mumm. Mumm will drive for the hole. They'll call a foul. That'll be on.
I think Griesel got another foul there.
Bobcat foul.
Yep,
is
they're
issued
getting
to number
Griesel.
14, Grant
Yep.
Griesel, his second.
They're getting
So
Breezel.
here's the bonus now. So now they'll shoot 1 and 1.
Will toe the line.
Should be 1 and 1 now.
Yep.
And he got the first one.
So it's 51-34, 4:12 to go in the 4th. Mumm puts it up, good. 52-34. Mumm with now 6 points tonight. Here's Meldy at the top of the key to Armani Thomas. 3-pointer from Jala, no. Rebound's gonna be taken by Jala. He got his own rebound. Triple teamed by Phillips, Mumm, and Lipsy. Back out to Meldy, 3-pointer, no good. Rebound's gonna be taken by Phillips. And the pass was tipped up by Thomas. A bunch of perfect opportunities for Marshalltown to score. Here's one for Ames to score. You bet. Keyshawn Brooks in the corner, and it's 55-34. And Ames is running away with the game. And unless Marshalltown can make something happen fast, as Thomas misses a 3-pointer, it looks like Ames has a good chance at coming away with the win. And, well, Brooks tried to move too fast with that one. Jala can't lay it in, so here's Kraffel to Mumm. You know, this is similar to the Ottumwa game that I watched Ames play on Monday. Here's Brooks who's laying it in. 57-34. Ottumwa was able to bring it very close, within 4 points, just like the Bobcats were. But then Ames pulled away, and Ottumwa wasn't able to get back on top. I think that's what we're seeing here.
Yeah. You know, there's a point where, you know, where you get close, but you have to be able to maintain. You have to be able to maintain that small gap. And, you know, if you let Ames have you at arm's length, they can just start to, you know, push off and push away. And that's exactly what's happened here. 23-point deficit with just under 3 minutes, rather, in the 4th quarter, from a 4-point deficit for a 4-point lead at halftime, as Thomas misses the first free throw.
Substitutions for Marshalltown. Joel, number 32, checking in, along with number 12, Ivan Alvarado, number 50, Isaiah Borges, and number 42, Dwight Javor.
So we had a bunch of substitutions for the Bobcats. 2:45 to go in the 4th, and Ames is more than likely going to win the game unless Marshalltown can make a huge 22-point comeback.
Yeah. With every ticking second, I'd say Ames is getting much closer to What would they go to now? 2-0 or 3-0?
Yep.
2-0. Okay. I think they were ranked number 5 preseason, right?
Basket by Lucas. Luke.
Lucas Ruth with the basket, 59-35. Borgos, 2:09 to go in the fourth.
Well, if you're Marshalltown, you probably want to start putting some shots up now.
Here's Borgos, can't lay it in. And then there's Bull Chul.
I think they're going to get Luth.
Foul is whistled on number 44 for Ames. That
Oh, no,
is
Patrick.
Foul number 5 on Craffle.
So Craffle is done, so he'll foul out with 4 points. But overall, pretty good contributor in being able to, have Ames keep the possession for so long and drain that clock in the third quarter, right at the very end of it.
Yeah, ultimately he was able to contribute for quite some time, and it paid off. And Chul unable to lay it in for his first shot.
Manny Capria, number 34, and number 30, Victor Herrera into the Bobcats.
Second one will make it.
Number 12, Sam Pretend in for Ames, along with number
59-36. Now it's time for Bobcats to do something special, or maybe Marshalltown just do something. But Ames will more than likely pull away with the lead with just 1:35 to go in the fourth and a 23-point lead.
Timeout. Ames, substitution timeout.
And they're going to substitute in
Lineup number 50.
Stevens, who's actually keeping on his mask as he plays.
Interesting. I haven't seen anybody who's done that, but no. Do what you need to do.
Burton for three, no. Zalaski almost got a put-back dunk, and he took an aggressive fall, but he's fine.
Bobcat basketball.
Ow. That had to have hurt, but he got up just fine.
If we remember back to last year, I think Tate was the first guy to hit a dunk. Get a dunk last year, but it was towards the end of the season. Come on.
1:10 to go in the fourth. A jump ball is called. Possession arrow keeps it in the hands of the Bobcats.
Possession arrow, Bobcats.
And with that, it'll be an inbound from Alvarado into Joar to Chol. Chol with a pass to...
Got a carry called there against Marshalltown.
Number 34 was who was taking the shot. It's Kiparea. That's quite a hard name to pronounce.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd probably butcher it if I tried to pronounce that, so.
We now reach 50 seconds to go in the fourth. So here's Kapayu to Stevens, Nico Stevens. Passes out to Zalaski. He'll get it to attack. 35 seconds to go in the fourth. Here's Luth. Zalaski, back to Luth. Vertinen. Vertinen to Luth. Top of the key three. No, his foot was on the line anyway, so that actually only would have counted for two. And 20 seconds to go, and we'll see what the Bobcats are able to do. Not much time left to do anything, and Joar will lay it in for the Bobcats. A Cole slows down the pace as time will expire. And well, after Alvarado bothered attack for the ball, he just ended up giving it to him.
38, Little Cyclones 50.
And that'll do it.
That's an Ames victory.
59-38 is your final score from Ames High Gymnasium for the boys.
Fans, on behalf of everybody here at Ames High, I want to thank you for spending your evening
Well,
here
even though it
with
wasn't
us.
necessarily down to the wire, it was still a very fun game.
Yeah, very physical, very fast-paced game there, and you know we saw the best of both teams. We saw a fantastic performance of Lipsy, kind of returning to his freshman year form, which is kind of what Ames needed for sure. And you know we saw Phillips doing well down in the post, and Brooks was doing really well, being able to drive in there and draw some fouls. And overall, good performance. They got another shot at proving themselves before conference play starts, which is really when it starts to go full balls to the wall, you know, full aggressiveness.
Absolutely. Just a quick correction. Technically, this is conference play.
Is it actually?
Yeah, CIML.
Huh. I did not know
No
that.
worries, my good friend.
Well, the more tough opponents start
Yeah, absolutely.
with Centennial.
Yeah. I can agree with you there.
Yeah.
Well, how about it, folks? Well, and obviously we can expect this type of a contribution success from Taman Lipsy. He obviously had his 20. I'm trying to remember the exact value of points he had. I think
He
it
had
was
22 points, I believe, tonight.
22.
Yeah.
Okay. Ultimately, he cannot be underestimated. He has great skill, and he was able to help this team with scoring 1/3 of their points, roughly.
Yeah.
And he also had some other contribution from other players. But as long as Taman Lipsy continues to be healthy, Ames continues to be a threat in my opinion.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing I got out of it was just how aggressive he was going for those steals, like right as they got past the half-court line. You know, some of them didn't always work, but a good chunk of them he was able to get going the other way and get some points off of it, which was crucial for Ames to extend that gap.
Absolutely. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for this edition of AHS Basketball on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. Ames takes both sides of the CIML doubleheader versus Marshalltown, girls and boys. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, this Saturday will be our next edition for our basketball broadcast. It'll be against Cedar Rapids Kennedy. Tip-off for that will be at 4. So the broadcast will start sometime between 3:50, 3:55, sometime around that range, unless we get played again like we did today, because the broadcast actually started quite a bit later
than we would have
what was
wanted to.
anticipated.
Yeah. Hopefully, no technical difficulties will be encountered, and
No kidding.
you know, I think it should be okay. We'll go on to the next one.
Absolutely. So, with that being said, that's going to do it for this edition of AHS Basketball on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. We'll see you Saturday if you hope to tune in then. Until then, I'm Carter White,
I'm Ryan Eggert.
the voices of your Ames High Little Cyclones, signing off.